Hi YouTube, it's me, the Shy Pianist, or you may know me as Donald Z for War Games. Going to be bringing you a fun deck profile today, and that is Agent Fairy's deck profile. Just basically pure and fun. So things to know: this deck is made for fun. First and foremost, it's not to be competitive. It's just a bit of just a bit of deck building and just give you guys some ideas. This is to just really just show off some of the many decks that I have that obviously aren't competitive and were just generally made to purpose to just fulfill the deck's role and its goal in itself. And also to note, the card sleeves are all standard size, so they don't actually fit the Yu-Gi-Oh size perfectly. But you can probably see one in the back row. This is like all the sleeves that I use for my decks. So that's basically it for all of them. And so let's get straight into it. So we're doing deck 6. So just grab her out, Kanade, and this is Agent Fairies. So starting straight off, we're gonna be playing Triple Master Hyperion. This is your boss monster of the deck. You can banish. You can special summon this card by banishing one agent monster from your hand or field, or in your graveyard to special summon it. And then once per turn, remove from play one light fairy monster from your graveyard to target one card on field and destroy it. And if Sanctuary in the Sky is on the field, you can use this effect twice per turn. Next, we're playing Triple Agent of Mystery Earth. This is your searcher for Master Hyperion. Basically, on normal summon, you can add one agent monster from your deck to your hand, except Agent of Mystery Earth. And if Sanctuary in the Sky is on the field, you can add one Master Hyperion from your deck to your hand instead. It's also a level 2 tuner, can be pretty fun in that part. Next, we will play the one Agent of Force Mars. This card is unfed by any spell cards, but while you control the Sanctuary in the Sky and your life points are higher than your opponent's, this card gains attack and defense equal to the difference between you and your opponent's life points. It's generally kind of like game, summon it with X amount of attack and just, swing for game generally, or just use it for fodder for Master Hyperion. Next, we have the one Agent of Miracles, Jupiter. So once per turn, you can remove from play one agent monster in your graveyard and to target one light fairy monster you control. It gains 800 attack until the end phase. And while Sanctuary in the Sky is face up in the field, once per turn, you can discard one fairy to target one of your banished light fairy monsters and special summon it. So really nice in that sort of sense, just recur any of your banished light fairies, or maybe just give it the boost is also able to help out in some situations. Next, we play, for the rest of the part of the agents, I play the one's Agent of Judgment, Saturn. So if your life points are higher than your opponent's, you can tribute this card to inflict battle damage to your opponent equal to the difference. If you must control Sanctuary in the Sky to apply this effect, and you cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this effect. So that's really it for the agents. So in terms of other light fairies, I play Triple Mazasa and the Melodious Maestra. Its effect is you can special summon one light fairy monster from your hand, and you cannot special summon other monsters the turn you activate this effect, except light monsters. So considering the deck is going to be all light fairies, this is very nice to turbo out, assuming you do have like a Valhalla to then sort of start this off. Otherwise, you can probably assume that it gets pretty bricky in your hand if you can't get it out. Next, probably a bit more reminiscent, I play the one Neo Parshath, the one Air Knight Parshath, and the one Nova Summoner. So Neo Parshath, you can special summon this card by attributing one Air Knight Parshath. If it attacks a defense position, inflict piercing battle damage. When it inflicts battle damage, you can draw one card, and then the last effect is if you have Sanctuary in the Sky on the field and your life points are higher than your opponent's, this card gains attack and defense equal to the difference in life points. So basically like a bigger version of Mars, but obviously retaining the previous Air Knight Parshath effect. So Parshath, I'm pretty sure you all know, it does piercing, and if you deal battle damage, you draw one card. Nova Summoner. If this card is destroyed by battle and sent to your graveyard, you can special summon one light fairy monster from with 1,500 or less attack from your deck. With that, well, its effect. The other part is, if Sanctuary in the Sky is on the field, you can special summon one Aeonite Parshath instead. So generally, you can summon an agent with this, or summon Parshath with this. Generally, just like, depends on your situation on the board, just nice to have. Next, I played the 2 Victorias. So many of you, like, there are specific, like, type blockers, type attack blockers, in which forces your opponent to attack them. So Victoria is obviously for fairies, so your opponent cannot select another face-up fairy type monster as an attack target. That's why I play 2. Obviously, the good old, can't attack me lock. Second, its other effect is once per turn you can target one dragon monster or dragon type monster in your opponent's graveyard and special summon it to your side of the field. Very niche, and that is just for the good old days when you playing against like Blue Eyes deck or whatnot. Yes, next we play Triple Honors. We have light fairies. Enough 7, just gain the attack. And last but not least, I played the 1 Marshmallow just for a bit of fun. Generally, like because of Sanctuary in the Sky, you take no battle damage. Just nice to defend in that sense, and obviously, unless, well, admittedly, in this day and age, it's pretty easy to get around, but it's just good or fun to just have the 1 Marshmallow. So that is it for the monster count. Let's be a bit easy on that. Okay, so next, moving on to the spells. I have the Triple Sanctuary in the Sky. This is pretty much the field spell. You probably should. I'm not running Terraforming, which is probably bad of me, but I like to just have Sanctuary in the Sky. It's obviously crucial at times if you have Earth and you want to see it. There's also the fact that it does help revolve the deck around it a bit in a sense. So yeah. Next we have the Triple Valhalla Hall of the Fallen. If you control no monster, special summon one fairy monster from your hand. Basically, generally 1 to special summon, as I mentioned before, is to special summon Zata, and then you can just special summon more light fairies onto the field with it. Next, some staples. We have the 1 Monster Reborn, that's that. 1 Raigeki, the 1 Dark Hole. The 1 MST can be like, Twin Twisters, anything. I played the 1 Card Trader. Now this is to be with the other card, which I'm going to show in my traps. But generally, yeah. It'll be part of a card tech in a sense. Now for traps, we have 2 Divine Punishment. You can play 3. If you obviously play Terraforming, this generally is just counter trap for a spell trap card or monster effect while you control Sanctuary Sky. So just have it in there. The rest filling cards are probably just fun stuff that I just have. When I say fun, Rivalry and Gozen, the entire deck is light fairies, so it's just pretty nice to have a little simple lockout with this sort of sense. You can obviously play more copies in this sort of variant, but yeah, up to you on that part. I'm just giving sort of tech ideas and stuff like that. 1 Miraculous Descent, this allows you to special summon 1 Banished Fairy. And then if this card leaves the field, destroy that monster, or if that monster is destroyed, destroy this card. Now I play the 1 Solemn Wishes, so this is in part with the Card Trader. Now the idea with this is that, I've just mentioned before, Neo, Parshath, and Mars sort of just generally gain attack if you have higher life points, and this is the sort of way start up. And it's a I wouldn't say consistent, but sort of fun way where you can gain 1,000 per turn while shuffling one dead card back in and drawing 1 out. So that's what it's for. And to round out the traps, I have 1 Ceasefire and 1 Magic Cylinder, because Ceasefire is just, general effect damage, and Magic Cylinder is probably something you'll probably see in a fair amount of decks, because back in the days, playing for fun against all your friends and whatnot, Magic Cylinder is sort of one of my staple cards to play. So that's it for the main deck. For the extra deck, now the extra deck, as for Agent Fairies goes, it's very generic. Take your, choose whatever you really want. So this is just some, I guess, choices, or my choices for the deck. So starting with the 1 Synchro, 1 Coral Dragon, because you can summon it with using obviously Earth as the level 2 tuner, and the general basis is that you have level 4, so Coral Dragon is a nice little level 16 credits for that. For XYZs, you pretty much have your sort of standard rank 4 packages, you know, just generic stuff. You know, Abyss Dweller, just locking out the grave, Castel for just spot removal, Dark Rebellion for, you know, just being a beat stick in general, Cowboy for game, because always, Tornado Dragon for back row destruction, 41 for just, you know, turn 1, if you just go out with that. Heartland Draco, obviously, because you know, Sanctuary in the Sky and Valhalla basically just make it can't be attacked, and you'll be able to just attack directly. And the full Utopia package, because you can, obviously choose what you will with this. As for links, pretty generic, you know, 1 beat cop, and then obviously the all lights, Hip Hoshigan, and of course I just generally have these now in every deck now. Borrow Sword and Borrow Low, just for the bigger link or plays on that sense. So that's really it. You know, take what you take it as it is. Have a bit of fun with this. Just use deck core or maybe a variant of this, or you know, maybe inspire you to actually play or try out a variant of this deck. Obviously, the most notable one is like Artlock Christia, Ancient Fairies, that sort of thing. So yeah. Play it as it is. So that is it for this deck profile. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, guys, happy dueling!